Hi and welcome to the video. I'm here at the Boston Harbour Hyatt Regency where I arrived last night with British Airways on board one of their A380 aircraft in first class, and it was an absolutely fantastic flight. You can see the trip report for that by clicking on the link in the description below. Today I'm taking a short flight up to JFK with American Airlines on board one of their Embraer aircraft, and this will be my first time flying out of Boston Airport, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the experience is like. I really hope you enjoy the video. Thanks so much for watching. Let's go. Thanks to a small technical issue with my camera, you join me after I've cleared security here at Terminal B, which is where my flight will be departing from. Not that you missed much, as I already had my boarding pass, and thanks to TSA pre-check, was through security quite quickly. This is the first of two flights I'm taking today, with my second being an onward transcontinental flight with American Airlines in their flagship first cabin, and you'll be able to watch that trip in a future video. For now, I was keen to try out the American Airlines Admirals Club here at Boston, which is the only lounge that they operate at this airport. I'm not entirely sure what the big draw was, but the Dunkin' Donuts stand seemed to be in great demand at this time of day. The Admirals Club is located here, between the walkways to gates B1 to 3 and gates B4 to 12. The lounge is bright and has the typical modern look of the refurbished Admirals Clubs. As you enter the lounge, there's a small business area to the right with a couple of computers and a printer, as well as some small work cubicles. Next to this, you'll find a small quiet room with a few loungers at the bottom, and round the corner is where you'll find the showers for the lounge. Exploring the rest of the lounge, you pass a small refreshment area before the lounge opens up into a larger area of seating. Along here, you'll find a couple of phone rooms to let you make calls without disturbing other lounge patrons, as well as the gents and ladies' toilets. And at the end there's a TV room to the right, just before the lounge opens up to the larger dining area. Here you'll find a self-service soft drink machine along with water and juice dispensers. Given the early hour, breakfast items were the order of the day, and a selection of cereals, pastries and cold breakfast items such as fruit and cold meat were available, with hot items being limited to chicken sausages and mini omelettes. These weren't particularly great quality, but as a quick snack before the flight, they were more than adequate. There was also a full bar at the end of the lounge, but this wasn't in operation yet, given that it was only around 6 AM. More seating was provided around the windows, which had some great views out over the apron, and there was another long workbench with sockets along it. In all, I think it's a reasonably nice lounge, although not the biggest, and while it wasn't particularly busy this early in the morning, I can imagine this becoming quite crowded at peak times during the day. I settled down into one of the seats overlooking the apron and got myself a small selection of items to snack on, before sitting back to relax watching the sunrise and some aircraft movements outside the window. And in a first for me from any airport lounge, I was able to see the room that I stayed in at the Hyatt on the previous night. Having enjoyed my brief time in the lounge, it was time for me to head along to my gate, B7, where boarding would begin shortly. While I only saw one side of Terminal B here at Boston, it seemed like a fairly nice and modern terminal, with a good amount of seating and food outlets throughout. After trying to grab a quick peek at my aircraft, which was sadly blocked by the jet bridge, I sat and waited for boarding to begin. Thankfully I didn't have to wait for long, as Group 1 was called forward for boarding a few minutes after I'd sat down. My aircraft for this short flight was this 11-year-old Embraer E175 long range, operated by Republic Airways on behalf of American Airlines. Republic operate these Embraers in a 1-2 layout in domestic first, and I was seated in the second row in seat 2A. The seats have a small drinks holder on one side, and legroom was excellent as you'd expect, but other than a seat back pouch, there's nothing much else to say about them. Each seat is provided with individual air vents and a reading light, and the main tray table pulls out from the other armrest at your side. It was great to see a pre-departure drink being offered on today's short flight, and I just opted for a Diet Coke. With boarding complete, we pushed back from stand and began our short taxi over to runway 9. Our route today would take us out over Boston's Deer Island before turning southwest and coming in over Long Island, and then finally turning for a northeasterly landing at New York's JFK Airport. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos as they come out. And if you'd like to support me more directly, you can buy me a coffee via the link in the description below. After we took off from Boston, I had a look at the onboard Wi-Fi. It was great to see that this was available, even on such a small aircraft as this, but given the short duration of the flight, I didn't feel tempted to pay $10 for the flight pass. It's worth noting that T-Mobile customers appear to be able to use the Wi-Fi for free, but I'm not sure if this is only for US-based customers. As we made our turn south, we were treated to some great views out over Cape Cod, as well as a stunning sky. Once we'd completed our initial climb, service began, which consisted of a drink and a snack from the basket, which I forgot to film but thankfully took a photo of. This was more than adequate given the very short flight time on this route. After finishing my drink, I paid a very quick visit to the tiny toilet on board. I'm 5'11" and couldn't stand fully straight in it. It really was a fantastic day for flying, and it's days like these that I could happily sit and look out of the window for hours on end. I could just about make out Manhattan off in the distance as we were coming in to land on runway 4 right at JFK. After touchdown, we taxied over to Terminal 8, pulling up to gate 38 on Concourse C. This was a really enjoyable short regional flight with Republic Airways operating on behalf of American Airlines. But next up was a visit to the Chelsea Lounge ahead of my American Airlines Transcon flight to Los Angeles in Flagship First, so keep an eye out for that video when it comes out. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to leave me a comment and please subscribe to the channel for more videos when they come out.